You probably walked past a bunch of bananas in the grocery store today without giving them a second thought. But here's something most doctors won't take the time to tell you. After the age of 40, your body starts changing in ways that make bananas one of the most powerful foods you can eat. Not a superfood trend, not an expensive supplement, just a banana. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly what happens, organ by organ. When you eat bananas regularly after 40, some of these will genuinely surprise you. Stick around to the end, because benefit number 6 is one that almost nobody talks about, and it might be the most important one for your age group. Why 40 is the turning point. First, let's quickly talk about what actually happens to the body after 40, because this is the context that makes everything else make sense. Around this age, your metabolism starts slowing down. Muscle mass begins to decrease, a process called sarcopenia. Blood pressure tends to creep up. Your digestive system becomes less efficient. Sleep quality drops. And for women specifically, the approach of menopause starts shifting hormone levels significantly. These aren't small changes. They affect your energy, your weight, your mood, and your long-term risk of serious conditions, like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and osteoporosis. Now here's why the banana is interesting. It directly addresses several of these changes. It's almost like nature designed it for this stage of life. Let's break it down. Benefit number 1, your heart. A medium banana contains around 422 milligrams of potassium. That might not sound like much, but the average adult over 40 is chronically underconsuming this mineral. And potassium is one of the most important nutrients for managing blood pressure. Here's how it works. Potassium helps your kidneys flush out excess sodium from the body. Less sodium in the bloodstream means less pressure on artery walls. Less pressure on artery walls means lower risk of stroke and heart attack. Studies have shown that people with high potassium intake have a significantly lower risk of cardiovascular events. For anyone over 40 who's been told to watch their blood pressure, adding a daily banana is one of the simplest, most evidence-backed changes you can make. And unlike potassium supplements, which can actually be dangerous in high doses, you can't really overdose on potassium from whole food sources. Benefit 2, your gut health. After 40, digestive issues become more common. Bloating, constipation, slower gut motility, these are classic complaints. And your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that live in your intestines, starts losing diversity. Bananas, especially slightly underripe ones, are rich in something called resistant starch. This type of starch passes through your small intestine, undigested, and feeds the beneficial bacteria in your colon. Think of it as fertilizer for your gut garden. Riper bananas, on the other hand, are easier to digest and gentler on the stomach, which is why they're often recommended for people with irritable bowel syndrome or acid reflux. Either way, the soluble fiber in bananas helps slow digestion, reduce blood sugar spikes after meals, and keep you feeling full longer. For anyone managing their weight after 40, which is most of us, that's a real practical benefit. Benefit 3, your bones and muscles. After 40, you start losing about 1% of your muscle mass per year. After 50, that can accelerate, and bone density starts declining too, especially in women after menopause. Bananas contribute here in 2 key ways. First, the magnesium in bananas plays a direct role in bone formation and maintaining bone density. Second, the potassium we talked about earlier helps reduce calcium loss through urine, meaning more calcium stays in your bones where it belongs. On the muscle side, bananas are a popular choice among athletes. Before and after exercise for a reason. The easily digestible carbohydrates provide fast energy, while the potassium and magnesium help prevent cramping and support muscle recovery. If you're trying to stay active and strong into your 50s, 60s, and beyond, and you should be, bananas are a genuinely useful tool. Benefit 4, your mood and brain. This one surprises a lot of people. Bananas are one of the best dietary sources of tryptophan, an amino acid your body converts into serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter. Low serotonin levels are linked to depression and anxiety, both of which become more common after 40, partly due to hormonal shifts and life stressors. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which is directly involved in the production of serotonin and dopamine. Low B6 is associated with brain fog, irritability, and increased risk of cognitive decline. And here's something interesting for anyone who struggles with sleep. Tryptophan is also a precursor to melatonin. Eating a banana a few hours before bed may help your body produce melatonin more naturally. something many people over 40 start to need help with as sleep quality declines. Benefit 5. Blood sugar. Now, some people over 40, especially those managing prediabetes or diabetes, get nervous about bananas because of the sugar content. This deserves a straight, honest answer. Bananas do contain natural sugars, but the fiber content significantly slows how quickly that sugar enters your bloodstream. A less ripe banana has a lower glycemic index, around 42 to 52, which is considered low to moderate. Compare that to a slice of white bread at 70, or a bowl of cornflakes at 80. The key is portion and ripeness. A smaller, slightly green banana eaten as part of a balanced meal is very different from a large, very ripe banana eaten alone as a snack. For most people over 40 without severe blood sugar issues, bananas are a perfectly reasonable choice. Benefit 6. The one I promised you. Kidney health. This is genuinely under-discussed. After 40, kidney function naturally begins to decline slowly. The kidneys filter your blood, regulate blood pressure, and remove waste. And they quietly take a lot of abuse from processed food, medications, and dehydration over decades. Research has found that people who eat higher amounts of potassium-rich fruits, including bananas, have a lower risk of kidney stones and better overall kidney function. The potassium helps regulate fluid balance and reduces the concentration of calcium oxalate in urine, the most common component of kidney stones. Now, important caveat: if you already have advanced kidney disease, your doctor may actually tell you to limit potassium intake. But for most healthy adults over 40, bananas are actively protective of kidney function. This is the kind of preventive benefit that rarely makes headlines, but it matters. Benefit 7. Sustainable energy. One of the most common complaints after 40 is fatigue, a persistent, low-grade tiredness that coffee only temporarily fixes. Part of this comes from the slower metabolism we mentioned, and part from micronutrient deficiencies that accumulate over time. Bananas provide a combination of simple sugars for quick energy and complex carbohydrates for sustained release. The magnesium supports mitochondrial function, your cell's energy factories. The B vitamins help your body convert food into usable energy more efficiently. This makes a banana a better pre-workout or mid-morning snack than most packaged energy products, without the added sugars, artificial ingredients, or crash afterward. So let's bring this together. After 40, your body is dealing with rising blood pressure, slowing metabolism, weakening bones, shifting moods, declining gut health, and less efficient energy production. A banana, something that costs less than $1 and takes 3 seconds to eat, addresses all of these things in meaningful, evidence-backed ways. It's not a miracle food. No single food is, but it's one of the most nutrient-dense, accessible, and underrated foods for this stage of life. I'd love to know, do you already eat bananas regularly? Or are you going to start adding them in? Drop it in the comments. And tell me when you usually eat them. In the morning? Pre-workout? Before bed? If you found this useful, subscribe and hit the bell. I post evidence-based health and nutrition content, specifically designed for people over 40 every single week. See you in the next one.